Okay folks, I'm outside my apartment. Down there is a little inlet from Buffalo Bayou. Just going to get sort of a baseline look before Hurricane Harvey comes along. If it's as bad as they say it will, it's going to be flooded over this wall down there. Hopefully not too high. Right now it's about 7 p.m. on Thursday the 24th of August. Let's go walk around a little bit just to see what it's like before the storm, and then we'll be able to compare and contrast afterhand. Hasn't rained in a while, but you might just barely be able to see the water down there. But here's sort of a look beforehand of, you can see bone dry. You can see here when it does flood, this is where water rushes down and erodes. Yeah, let's go over a little bit further along this. There's actually a lot of poison ivy, so I need to be careful. You'll see they've put the chairs in the pool to keep them from blowing away, stacked those over there. So that's kind of an interesting thing you'll see them doing in hurricane areas. And you can see the little inlet from Buffalo Bayou here. We're going to go over to Buffalo Bayou itself after this. See if all this trash will probably get washed away out into the Gulf. Poor fishes. And these clouds are sort of the extreme outer fringes of Hurricane Harvey. It's a very light wind, but it's a kind of a steady wind, so you can tell something's up. It's kind of nice and cool though, so cool as in temperature, not as in the slang terminology. So down there is Buffalo Bayou. We're at the Briar Forest Drive bridge over Buffalo Bayou, so you can see what it looks like now. You can see the nice sandy banks. There might be a chupacabra down there somewhere. Maybe it'll be flushed out. When it floods, the water will be over this bridge. It's been that way before. Last year we had the big flood. These trees will be pretty much completely submerged. So right now it's pretty low. It hasn't rained in a while. So Bayou does have quite a ways to go. We'll see what happens. Okay, it's Friday morning, a little after 8 a.m. Friday the 25th. Starting to get the rain from the outer bands, a little bit of wind here and there. When I record throughout the day, hopefully upload at the end of the day if I have internet. We'll see. So wind and rain sort of comes and goes in little bursts. I have to take this cat to the vet for her yearly checkup, and then once that's done, I'll just hunker down here. Should be all right. Parked my car up here on the top of the parking deck so that it's less likely to get flooded than where it was before. Doing a lot of preliminary tree cutting, as you can see, ahead of the storm, so that way less likely for stuff to fall on apartment buildings and such. I live over there in the corner, so none of these trees fall down on it or anything. Let's see. Back from taking the cat to the vet, so all set to just hang out here all weekend, maybe halfway through the week if things get real hairy, but we'll see. Wind is picking up a little bit. You can see the water's up a little bit, not too much. We're getting showers here and there. Nothing too bad. They are becoming more frequent though, and we are in a tornado watch. Somewhat concerned about those, you can see those old dead pine trees up there. The birds love them, but they might fall on us. Once it starts getting real hairy, I'll switch to filming on my GoPro. This is just my Sony CyberShot. Good camera though. You can see those clouds just flying along there. Low-lying clouds. Looks like parking deck's pretty well full. I was thinking about walking over to Walgreens maybe or something. But yeah, it's about 6:18 in the evening here. No real heavy rains yet, but I'm guessing they're coming. Here you can see more of the preliminary tree trimming they've been doing. A lot of birds, unsettled birds flying around. There's crows hovering. It started raining in earnest now. It's really picking up here. I get to walk home with my very last run of supplies from Walgreens. There's actually a fair amount of food and everything still at this Walgreens. Definitely less people than at the grocery stores, so kind of a nice little trick. Hoping this will die down and won't have to walk home in the rain, but I have a raincoat, so if I have to, I will. Made the walk back, just a little damp, but it's really raining now. I think it's gonna pretty much just keep raining and raining. Let's go. The pool looked kind of weird. Let's go check that out. See, it's starting to drain water off into the bayou. Water levels probably rising a bit now while it's raining. Notice they're draining water out of the pool. So, it's interesting to see how much water accumulates in the pool. And what's going on there. So I could walk over to the... It's about 4:30 a.m. Saturday the 26th. Starting to get more wind, more rain here. So hurricanes made landfall further south. We don't really know where it'll go. It's a pretty big gust of wind, but not too bad here so far. But I guess now's when we're supposed to start getting more rain and wind and everything. So let's hope for the best. A little after 5 a.m. now. Getting more rain. This comes through and bursts. It's 5:45 a.m. Just got woken up by the flash flood warning alert on the phone. You can hear some thunder in the distance, so I guess something's rolling in. It's about 6:30 a.m. now. We lost power on the lights outside of the building. Still have power inside though. So I'm guessing there's a line down somewhere for those lights. Raining pretty good. It's got some thunder up there, or lightning rather. Well, it's dawn here. You can see the Water levels up down there in the bayou. See it down there. It was bone dry, of course, 2 days ago. Let's go walk around a little. So the bayou's up to there now. Still has a ways to go till I need to be worried, but if the rain keeps up, we may need to worry. There's the pool. I'm guessing they're draining the pool, so the pool probably is going to stay about the same level. A few little branches down, nothing serious. Might be able to use some of that wood to make bull roarers with or something. It's nice loquat wood, I think. Some crutches if anyone needs them. You can see water levels now. So we'll just keep an eye on it. Don't see any alligators or chupacabras or anything. It's a little bit before 8 a.m. Saturday, August 26th right now. Just another look at the bayou. It's a little after 9, I think. Kinda hungry. Need to make some mac and cheese. There's a cicada taking shelter from the storm. It's about 9:50 a.m. and pretty calm right now. No rain or anything. You can see off to the east there. That's where the band of heavier rain and storms is. But for now, it's actually pretty calm here. Kind of nice. I have my windows open. Sun's almost peeking through there. Might dry things off a bit. I don't know if it's going to be much of a break in the clouds. Looks like we got a water main or something flooding over there, but not too bad. Here's Buffalo Bayou now. You can see trees are partly covered down there. Those the sandy banks are pretty much all gone that we saw before, but still has a ways to go before it comes over the bank. There's no rain right now, but still have a ways to go. After a lull of several hours, rains have started picking up again. About 3:50 p.m. here Saturday. You can see the bayou down there. Still has a ways to go to make the bank, but we'll see. It's 4:15 now. Just heard there's been a tornado on 290, a bit north of here. Starting to rain pretty good, so we're getting some of the rain. I'm gonna go look around. The cicadas are still singing away. Guess it's their breeding season. It's draining again now, so we're gonna see the bayou start rising again. See a lot of clouds flying by, but rain stopped again. Fixing the flooding pipe. Not sure what kind of water. It's pretty dirty water coming out. Huh. I think they're trying to keep people from driving on Briar Forest here. Based on that. Is that jet flying through there, braving the storm. I thought that was a human skeleton there. That looks like just a Halloween costume, or decoration rather. Postal Service did deliver today. National Geographic. It's 7:15 p.m. now, and we're starting to see some heavy rain again, and wind, thunder and lightning as well. So this might be the beginning of another round of storms passing through. We'll see. It's starting for good now. This is the big band coming through. You can hear thunder and lightning in the distance. Getting a lot of wind. We have exterior lights now. This can kind of help. I'm gonna expect the bayou is gonna start rising again. I don't know how much though. It's coming down pretty good. Those pine trees are still standing, fortunately. Gotta keep an eye on those. Yep, here's the heavy winds and rain. Looks like our drain here is still clear. That's good. Need to make sure that doesn't get clogged up with too much debris. Look at it coming down now. Still have a ways to go though. It's been up over here in other floods, so I'm curious. Just got a flash flood alert. 8:16 p.m. Saturday the 26th. It's really coming down. Lots of thunder and lightning. You can see the reflection of the bayou down there, but let's see what happens, folks. Folks, we just lost power here in Wood Lake, West Houston. Bayou's still in its bank though. Looks like power's coming back on. Lots of thunder and lightning. It's just coming down in sheets now. I don't have any cable or internet, so I don't know the river levels or anything like that anymore. I assume they're rising quite a bit though. Can't see them from here with the flashlight though, so we're not at the bank. Still got some runway. Question is, how long does this torrential downpour last? Here's my little stairway. My neighbor, kind of worried, but it looks like he's alright for now. Otherwise, might have some refugees in my living room. A lot of rain. A lot of rain. It's a little lull in the storm. I'm gonna go check right quick. Still in the banks here. Oh, it's really close. It's right there. Let's see. I don't know how many feet down, maybe 10, 15 feet down from here. There's our little skeleton friend over there. He's, looks like he's missing an arm now. But should be okay. Okay. All right. Still in the banks.
So we just drove. We couldn't get in on Briar's Ford.
Oh yeah.
And we had to go around to Westover, which is pretty bad.
It's flooded too.
But the left lane is pretty good. You know,
Yeah.
you can get through it. But turning onto Tanglewild from there, I have an SUV. That's the only reason I made it. 2 cars were stalled.
Wow.
2 cars were stalled. But we're
Yeah.
so that's more water than I've seen, but it's better. Oh, see, look how good it's draining, though.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
That's why our parking lot and our road out here is doing really
kidding.
well.
So nice. Just don't fill up and go downstream.
Yeah, like
I've seen it right up. It's come over here last year. It flooded.
all real close.
And it would
Is
have
that
been
like during
over.
the big floods in
Yeah,
March?
the big flood. I think it was April last year. But
Do you live in one of these?
yeah, I live right there.
Okay, so I'm that straight ahead.
Okay. Well, nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you. I'm Jennifer.
I'm Dave.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Still getting lightning, but it's a little lull here. Drain's clear still. You can see it's up to the shopping cart now. I don't know about that grill. Some of the cockroaches, you can see them running along there, fleeing out of the flood. I'm gonna go back inside. It's a little after midnight. Just found out Buffalo Bayou's out of its banks in a lot of places. Looks like it's not quite this little inlet of Buffalo Bayou here. We're a little bit higher ground. Not quite out of the banks here. It's still really raining and doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon from the radar. It's getting really close, so it's the water right there. The drainage pipe is underwater now. That means it'll be a lot harder for the water to drain out. So it has to push against all that water. You know, it's underground. Much more difficult. Skeleton's still there. We'll see what happens, folks. It's 5 a.m. You can kind of see where the water is now. It's not quite to the brim. It's pretty close. Let's go down. You can see the water is just right there. Just to give you an idea of how massive this flooding is, this is a few hundred feet wide here. So this is like a lake, a new lake basically, right next to my apartment. This is insane. This is just absolutely insane. Swimming pool's almost full again. This area is all flooded, of course. It's like going into some of the apartments. I just want to see if the parking lot, if that's flooded or not. I don't think so. It's just coming down unbelievably hard. No end in sight. It's really sad, folks. Someone died. Oh. I'm glad I moved to high ground. You can see it's starting to flood here. That car might get screwed. We'll see. Still have a ways to go, of course, but it's flooding. – 7 a.m. now. It's over. You can see this little gully flooding in. Our skeleton friend is submerged. You can see it's flooded. Those 2 cars are toast, especially that one. Really sad, folks. It's incredible how much water there is. Never thought it'd get up this high to where this is flooded. There's another look at that flooding. Look at all the trash. I need to clean this junk up. Yeah. It's over the brim now. Flooding everywhere. It's not stopping. I'm on an island. Sort of. It's all flooded there. Looks like my building itself is okay. This is okay. This is all underwater now, pretty well. Got a little lull in the rain, so that's good. I don't know if it's going to drain much, but maybe. Swimming pool is completely full. I mean, like, you know, normal levels. If you remember, if you've been watching my videos, you'll remember it was, you know, nearly empty a couple days ago. Pool's closed, of course. No sunbathing today. I think some of this is actually drained a little, because that was this was all underwater earlier. Let's go look at the parking lot, though. Doesn't look good. That dumpster area is flooded. Cars, 2 cars. Let's say we lost 2 cars here. That's my downstairs neighbor. His car looks okay for now. I don't know, he might be able to pull it through. Trouble is when you're driving through water, you don't know what's under the water. You could be driving on a board or a nail or twisted metal, so that's why it's, you really shouldn't drive at all through water in these sort of conditions. You just don't know what you're going to drive on. Doesn't matter how big your car is or anything like that. It's all very dangerous. It's all flooded all along in here. Just look at that. Look at all that water. It's like a lake or something. Half expecting to see an alligator. Chupacabra. Yeah, here's where it's really bad. My neighbors were talking about this. I don't know how. We got a couple cars underwater over here. I don't know about the apartments themselves. But it's pretty bad. Some more flooded cars. car has its lights on. Hope there's no one in that. The laundry room looks okay in here. Looks like someone's been using it. Just see the water rushing in. Oh, crikey. All these drains are flowing over that. I think those cars are just where the lights, they kind of freak out. I assume no one's just sitting in those cars or anything. That's Briar Forest Drive over there. You can see it's completely underwater. This is all underwater, just flowing through. This is basically another channel of Buffalo Bayou now when you think about it. It's flowing through, coming in from all of Texas, pretty much. Let's hope no one's in any of those cars, but I think we're okay. This pool's empty. I know someone drowned over at Warrenton and Gessner right over there.
Yeah, we heard that last night. We didn't know where that
That's like
was.
3 minutes. I looked it up. It was like 3 minutes drive. I mean, I think it's the bridge on Gessner right over there.
One right there.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's where it crosses Gessner.
Well, yeah, that's
I assume probably.
the tax day flood. That thing was up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new river, right? Or a new bayou.
Yep.
That tree's down.
Yeah. What a mess.
We were driving on this road yesterday. No, you're right, we didn't.
Right here, all the cockroaches that come up. Snails are flooded too. So it's disgusting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I'm on second floor, but yeah, this is. I think we're a little bit higher elevation here in some places. But
Somebody tried to get
Holy
their,
cow, look at Andrews, look.
oh God. Somebody tried to get their, what was that, Mercedes? Land Cruiser?
yeah.
Can you check it in?
Yeah, I think our parking deck should be safe unless it's biblical. If that floods, then.
Alright, Briar Forest and Gessner right there.
As you can see, flooding pretty bad all over here in Wood Lake area, West Houston, Buffalo Bayou. It's everywhere, but we'll be all right in the long run. You can see it's quite a bit flooded down there, so you can't really get out very easily. Over there though, I don't know if you can see, But one of my neighbors pulled their car up on the sidewalk, and that's smarter than people over there just leaving it in the parking lot and letting it drown. You know, whatever you gotta do to save your car, park it on, you know, pull it up, put it somewhere high ground. A lot of people just, I don't know, they've left their cars in a vulnerable spot instead of moving it, you know, even a few feet. Some people could have moved their car a few feet. Hopefully they have insurance. But it's pretty rainy out there. Pretty rainy. What do you think about all this, Maria? Any strong opinions?
A tornado warning has been issued for our area.
Think it's gonna keep raining? Here it is outside my apartment. I think the first floor is still okay. Building's kind of up on a concrete slab a little bit, so buys us a few feet. Of course, the higher it gets, the harder it is for the water to rise, because there's a lot more ground to cover. So I don't know if it'll get a whole lot higher. Hope not. Take a look down here. Pretty deep right there. Still getting a little wind. I think the storm itself is actually headed our way, so we might get more wind, which is somewhat concerning with all these trees and all the roots. You know, they don't have enough grip on the soil anymore. See more trees falling over probably. And of course, that's my main concern with living next to a forest. Here's a look at the water now. Pretty full on my island here. You can walk through. People have been pushing their cars up and stuff like that, taking the dog, but you wouldn't really want to go in there more than you have to. You don't know what's in that water. Probably all sorts of fun stuff, but it's quite rainy. Yeah, it's still have some little ways to go. You can hear someone's alarm going off. Hopefully the battery dies before I need to go to sleep. It's coming up. The little pool shed thing flooded. I think our first floor is still okay. Need to look out for snakes. Maybe it's better to be further away, I don't know. Spearmint. I think my neighbors moved their car, I'm not sure where, but it was parked right next to the pool over there. Just keeps flooding. You can hear voices over there. Our building's still okay. The stick I found several months ago, I just set it there and hasn't moved an inch in this whole storm. Looks like we have a dry land passage through this side. So, let's see. Here's the parking deck now. It's double parked up. This morning it was one still clear, but I think people wanted to keep their cars safe, and I might be parked in, but that's fine. I don't need to go anywhere. I do want to just check on my car, make sure no flying debris hit it or anything. Parking deck's pretty well packed. Yeah, let's just turn it on. It's pretty wild. I think people kind of just packed it in. Wow. Sort of a mad scramble looks like here. Parking cars. Fuck. Here's the flooded area. Those apartments, I don't know, they might be okay. Some of them. I think that other building though is probably flooded. I wonder if this truck lost its bumper trying to tow someone or something. I don't know if you remember earlier, but I was walking around in there in the laundry room. It's all underwater. All underwater. This trail's all underwater too. Remember earlier I was just walked along here pretty far over to there. Now it's all underwater. This spot right here is where I normally park. It's got a little bit of water there. So I never imagined it'd get up that high. But I don't know, that charger ought to move probably. I'm worried about our boiler room too. If that floods, could be trouble. Those cars are toast. We're in a little lull in the storm here. Hopefully it'll drain off a little bit. The sun's almost poking through, so let's see what happens. Here's the flooding on blocking this. Could probably wade through that, but why bother? It's 3:45 p.m. August 27th. Rain's just started up again pretty good here. We'll see if the floodwaters had receded a little bit actually during the lull. We had a lull for several hours. Sun almost came out even. But looks like it's raining again. Question is how long it keeps raining. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a Coast Guard chopper. I'm not sure what it's doing. There could be some, houses or something in lower areas. Maybe a, car or something. I don't know. But didn't hang out very long. Maybe it was just coming down for a closer look or something. It's still raining pretty hard. Let's see what time. 4:26. can kind of get a look at how wide this gully is. It goes from here all the way over there, and that's another complex over there. Apparently that complex doesn't have any power and hasn't for quite a while. It's the rumor. Chopper's close again. Can't actually see it though. The Beltway 8 just collapsed a little bit west of here. So I'm wondering if, there could be something related to that. Investigating or something. See if we can get a look at it now. There it is, Coast Guard. You can tell the orange chopper, Coast Guard markings. Just wanted to verify it was Coast Guard. I thought it was, but yeah, you can see the orange markings. I was just reading about it. It's a MH-65D Dolphin made by Eurocopter Coast Guard choppers. Rain's picking up again. Thought I heard the chopper again. I think sometimes I hear people, they're like trying to drive through the high water over the Buffalo Bayou Bridge is just on the other side over there, a little ways over yonder. Not sure. I'm just so tired. Kind of peaceful now. No rain. I just heard they're going to be releasing water though from both the reservoirs into Buffalo Bayou, so this water is going to start going up. I don't know how much, but it's going to start going up regardless of whether it also starts raining. But in the end, it's better than those dams holding those reservoirs in failing, which would be, terrible. Worse than any of this. So, we'll see. Hear that blue jay calling in the background. This is sort of encouraging. The path there is no longer flooded, but on the other hand, it is raining again, and I don't know when the water from the reservoirs is going to start getting here, so I go back up. We'll see. It's 7:03 and we just lost power. It's actually pretty calm outside and everything, so maybe a tree fell down somewhere or something. It's still raining and stuff, but yep, no power. I don't know how long it'll be out, but that's fun. Water level's still pretty high here. Almost looks like is that a balloon? Or a light bulb or something? I don't know. I wonder if we'll get power back, or looks like there's lights over there. I don't know. Still no power. It's raining cats and dogs. This is exactly what they were hoping wouldn't happen. They're hoping it would be, a relatively dry night. We're getting it pretty good. And of course they're letting off water from the reservoirs. So, I don't know, folks. We'll see. It's raining pretty good. My chives plants are doing okay. So it's 9 p.m. Still no power. I have a flashlight on. I was not avoiding using my cell phone, but then I realized I can charge it with my car. If I can get to my car, I can charge it periodically in the car as long as I have gas in the car and I have plenty of gas. I don't need to go anywhere. So I think we should have power here before long. I would think probably by tomorrow sometime. It's a pretty big complex and kind of pretty central part of Houston, so usually they try to get the power on to kind of more central, larger clumps of customers, so that would include this fairly large complex. It's raining cats and dogs. No power. I'm worried about my downstairs neighbors, but it starts flooding in the dark without any power. They're gonna have a fun time. It's tempted to go to sleep, but I want to be able to help them if need be. I think this might be the heaviest it's rained the whole dang time. Just coming down. Still not up to the highest point. Looks like it is starting to flood a little over there though. But you see that right around there is where it was at earlier today. So it's still not as bad as it was earlier. But with all this rain, it probably will be. You can hear those frogs croaking. It's flooding up there again. Still not to the high part though. There's a weird glow over there. Not sure what it is. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe if I open the window. See that orange glow? I don't know what it is. Might be one of those cars. Dying cars in the water. 6:45, Monday the 28th. It's not raining too much right now. The wind picked up. I think the tropical storm's headed our way a little bit, so the winds are supposed to get a little bit windier. They've been releasing water, but I don't see a whole lot of change here, so that's kind of good. My chives, though, did not make it. I need to clean that up, I guess. Still don't have any power here, 6:45. But when we called last night, they said it might be by 7:15 this morning, but that's probably just some automated thing or something, but we'll see when they get it back on. But, it's not urgent here or anything, but it would be nice to have power again. 7:30 a.m. Gonna go see what's going on. No power still. Bayou doesn't seem like it's rising, but wind is picking up. I think I mentioned that earlier as the storm gets closer. Rain is starting to pick up a bit more. I don't have the radar, so since I don't have power, hard to tell when the next band's coming through. I've been texting people, see if they can tell me, but a lot of people are still asleep or whatever, I guess. So a little feathered friend over there. He's probably having a good time. Fire Forest Bridge over Buffalo Bayou is still flooded. You can see there's that tree down here on the eastbound side of it. It'd be nice to get to the bridge and see Buffalo Bayou, because I'm sure it's very full, but that's just too dangerous to get in there. To me, this is just incredible. Look at all these cockroaches. There's hundreds all along all these pillars. They come up and take shelter. Not sure if that's wind damage or maybe floodwaters pushing against the fence, but you can see there's some starting to come apart, that fence over there. This coat hanger's the flooding high water mark, so it's gone down quite a bit, but we'll see what happens with further rain. Just saw a Center Point truck driving by, so maybe they'll start working on restoring power. It's 9 a.m. here in Woodlake. Not sure if that car floated there or parked there or what. So this tractor trailer hanging out. Okay, there's the Center Point lineman investigating where the power outage is, where probably accessible. Right. If there's boats in the water on Gessner, then it shouldn't be working. So, is that the police, or under whose boat that is, or what?
I think that's personal boat.
Personal boat. It's almost a little too shallow. You can hear it, the propeller hitting the concrete. But
Yeah, it's hitting the ground.
someone's raft to the left. I'm tempted to take it myself, but I'll just leave it there. Could be good for a homeless person or something. There's right by Rudy Lechner's on Gessner. So this part of Gessner, okay, but you can't go any further that way because it's blocked at Briar Forest. So all these cars are just turning around and going back. Just coming over to my office building right there. Check on a friend's car. I think it should be okay. You can see it's in an elevated area. That parking lot's elevated. Had some cold beef stew for lunch. Cat's cleaning up the leavings. Cats have plenty of food, so don't worry, but they like beef stew, I suppose, too. Wind's picking up here. Other camera's battery's dead, so I'm switching over to the GoPro. But the wind's picking up. It's still a bit rainy, but not too bad. Bayous are going down a little bit, but we'll see what happens with if there's more rain and everything. About 11 a.m. Still raining. I'm really tired. Wind's blowing. Not too bad at this particular second. I can hear choppers in the distance. I don't know if it's going to come over here though. This camera doesn't have zoom, so it's hard to see it. Still windy, still no power. It's about noon here on the 28th. My work canceled for tomorrow as well. The eye of the storm is supposed to pass over Wednesday, so I'd imagine most places will stay closed at least through Wednesday. They should, just for the safety of everyone. $11:45. No power still. Winds are getting pretty steady. Harder winds. heard a power line crackling earlier. That's probably part of the reason why we don't have any power. There's one power line that goes right through these woods, so probably pretty easy for it to go out. Things going pretty well for you, Maria, still? Looks like it. What about you, Lizzie? Are you doing alright? Keeping busy? Hanging out? Got wind, but we also got a lot of rain still. It's really coming down. Really coming down. See those trees over my apartment just blowing away. So they hold. You hear the helicopter again. That bucket's still down there. Used my portable charger to recharge my phone because it ran out. So I got that going. Hanging out in my car for a little while. Still raining, pretty windy. You can see it blowing around. It's probably nicer in my car than in my apartment, but still kind of a vulnerable, exposed position if it gets super windy and debris start flying around or something, but not that bad. There's actually some police down below. Not sure why. There they go. They're leaving. Didn't seem like a very dramatic situation or anything, but maybe just dropping in to check things out. I know there was talk about clearing out this ramp so people could evacuate, because obviously no one here can leave if they wanted to. So there's another truck leaving. There's my sunroof. Not a whole lot going on out there, but you can see just rain and rain and rain. I guess when you think about it, my car is basically a generator. Of course, everyone's doing it. All these cars, a lot of them have people in them. You can see a person down there. People have just been coming out to their cars and charging their phones. It all depends on how much battery you have, of course. Or not battery, well battery, but gas. I got 3/4 of a tank, so not too bad. Did have this random injury on my finger. I don't know where. I think I just got it worn raw and now it's swelling up with pus and stuff, but probably got some poop water in it or something. I don't know. So I might have to do some bathroom surgery on that. We'll see. Winds are starting to get pretty heavy. Still raining. Wish I knew what the weather reports were. Ice cream is melting, so time to have a ice cream eating contest. Look at that, it's like soup. Not bad. Ugh, I ate a ton of ice cream, now I don't feel so good. Still raining, still blowing. Water's up quite a bit again from all this rain and releasing from the bayou. I mean the reservoir, Barker Reservoir. Pretty cold. No power. No power still. My neighbor was talking about getting out the propane and doing a fish fry or something. I don't know if we'll do that though. See everyone else recording. They're having a cookout over there. If you see them, got that grill out. Their dog. Gotta cook all your meat and everything before it goes bad. Like me eating my ice cream. I could kill for a frickin' hamburger right now. First thing I do when all this ends, gonna go eat the biggest hamburger I can find. The cats are still doing pretty good, aren't you two? A lot of water. Gonna go charge my phone one last time before we become an island again.
Radio, you're driving, you're seeing, you're hearing, you're watching, you've undergone this, and I don't want the message to be a sense of hopelessness, because we're going to rebuild this community, and I want folks to realize that there is plenty to be optimistic about. If your family is alive, that's something. Count your blessings, because in the midst of all this, Nikki, one way or another, we've all lost some level of something, and some folks much worse. But you know, I saw a fella, he's probably 35 years old. He and his son were being escorted into a shelter, and they had gone, I guess they'd gone out, and they'd made it back. They'd rescued him, and they'd lost everything. I doubt he had a chance to even go get 20 bucks in cash, so whatever he had was probably what was just in his wallet. And they said, what do you have left? And he said, nothing, we've lost it all, but God is good. And here was a guy looking for optimism, that, hey, the death toll is 5, and I hope it doesn't rise anymore, but be grateful, count your blessings, because I don't know what else we can do.
24 hours without power. I'm gonna enjoy some of this Hormel white chicken chili. Should be pretty good, because I haven't eaten much. I'm very hungry. Would love some nice warm food, but thankful my cats are okay, my apartment's okay, car's okay. We'll see. Water's coming up, still not to the high point yet, right there. It's up there, it's coming back. Let's hope this rain stops though. We just got hit by a branch on the other side. I can't go look at it because it's flooded, but it's 8:35. Water's continuing to rise, not up to the high water mark yet, but still raining. Maybe not as hard as it was. Still pretty windy though. Hopefully no big branches come down or anything. It's been some little branches, nothing too terrible though. Still don't have any power. Maybe I should do it like this. Still don't have any power. It's been 25.5 hours without power. I'm guessing tomorrow sometime at the earliest, given the rising waters, and it's nighttime now. What do you think of all this? You like the smell, don't you, probably? Just sitting reading by the candlelight. It's a pretty good book. It's actually 3 books in one. Temeraire, Naomi Novik, in His Majesty's Service. Keeping these candles in the fireplace, because otherwise it's a fire hazard, so safety first, folks. My feet are starting to get blisters from walking in the wet shoes and everything. So it's going to be an interesting while afterwards with all these. It's 27 hours now without power. 10 p.m. on the, is it the 28th now? No work tomorrow. Not quite up to the high water mark. You can see the coat hanger there. Not much else to report. Still raining. Still windy a bit. All that. I think I'm gonna go to bed now. It's been 24 hours without power. 7 a.m. on Tuesday the 29th, I believe. Getting really tired of all this. You can see the water has gone down from last night's high. You see it right there, the debris. Now it's down to about there, so I think we are seeing the rain slacking off. Still fairly windy though. I think the eye is actually back over the Gulf now, and it's re-strengthening, so we'll just see what happens. I hear it's gonna go over more to Louisiana, which ain't good for them, of course. And hopefully we don't get too many high winds, because that'll be hell here. I think I said 24 hours, but it's been 36 hours. I'm just getting too tired to think anymore. Ay, ay, ay. For breakfast this morning, I'm having some hearty chicken pot pie soup. Cats have food, but they always like it when I open a can, so. Wanna lick that lid, cat? Getting a lot of mosquito bites, so I sprayed myself with off. But that's another thing in the coming days. Think of all the mosquitoes every which where, and all these pools of water, you know, every little frisbee upside down collecting water, all gonna be a mosquito breeding ground. Most of my shoes are ruined and soggy, so I'm wearing these moldy old Sperry topsiders. Very fashionable. Loose socks, because my feet are all covered in sores. Aren't Sperry's designed for the wet decks of 40-foot yachts? So maybe they're a utilitarian choice as well, I suppose.
Did you see that? Like 4 o'clock this morning.
It's what? Yeah. So it's coming up again? Yeah. It was, I think 2 days ago, it was pretty high. I'm not sure the exact level. I know at my apartment over there, I live in Wood Lake too, but I was able to get out tonight. I've been in Island a couple times where, you know, I just can't get out, but I'm on the second floor, so I'm not too worried.
I live by the pool, and if I had left on Saturday, I check it every hour, all the drains clogged, and the pool overfilled.
Yeah.
We were this far from getting all of us flooded.
Wow.
So I just every hour start
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, we were cleaning some of the drains we found, but
It helps.
yeah.
I mean, we got it down about this far within a couple hours.
Yeah.
But you just have to keep doing it every hour.
Right.
Saturday night, every hour. But
Yeah.
the pool, the guy knew how to work the pool. He saw what the light, so we went and turned the pumps on before the electric.
Ah.
We got the pool down about 3 feet.
Oh wow.
But now it's not overcrowded.
Ours is kind of close, but I'm by the other pool over there.
The one that's kind of elevated, or the one not by the bayou.
Right, yeah, I'm right by the bayou. Yeah, I could jump in the bayou if I wanted from my balcony.
Yeah, Clips Bayou was really up to. It came down about 3
Yeah.
feet yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
Is it down still?
It's down from it was up 2 days ago at the highest point.
Yeah.
Right, it was really high. Well, it's over. It's
Down there.
yeah. And then it was up again last night, and it's down again. But I mean, it just fluctuates and.
What I'm worried about is Buffalo Bayou right there.
Right. Yeah.
That's been flooding really bad.
Yeah. So we'll see.
When people drive through,
The what?
Hurt.
Oh,
The
yeah.
water is going back to the bayou.
Yeah, I think it was going, I feel like it was going the other direction than yesterday. Jet ski.
I wonder if they heard that back.
Right, hopefully they're rescuing people, not just goofing off. See which way we're going. Sort of ominous.
I hope they're going to get that guy.
Got improvised boats up ahead. Do water rescues. There's another boat over there. You hear someone screaming periodically. So maybe they're trying to get them. Texas. Yeah, there's a big tree ahead. At least this complex has power. Pretty sure that truck.
I wonder if that was before or after the trees.
Yeah. I don't remember the tree before. I'd have to look at the other footage, but pretty sure that truck probably was trying to get through. But it's a lot deeper than it looks, I think. Especially in the road, because we're up like half a foot off the road. If that's the Coast Guard. Yeah, the one on the Cajun Navy, she did say she was injured and stuff, so I'm wondering if that's not. I think that's the sheriff. Maybe, I don't know. Fire Force and Gessner. Looks like some of these homes are probably flooded too. Another chopper coming. Jet ski.
No, there isn't another number on there.
Maybe they wiped it off.
It looks like, I can't tell.
See that chopper over there? Looking at the Fire Force Gessner intersection. It's really bad over there still. I'm at 39 hours without power now, charging my batteries in the car, my backup charger, and my cell phone at the same time here in the car. Hear the chopper again. There it is up there. I don't know if you can really see it. There's a better look. I'm not sure what doesn't look like a Coast Guard one. Those are orange, so it might be sheriff or something like that. I don't think it's a Black Hawk. I know there's some National Guard Black Hawks too. High noon on the 29th. Still no power. You hear choppers flying around doing rescue work and keeping an eye on things. The bayou's actually gone down. Of course, it's still extremely high and roads are still blocked, but step in the right direction. The sun's almost coming out a little bit, but it's still raining, so it's that slipoy dozht or gribny dozht, as they say in Russian, or blind rain, mushroom rain. Grilling up some food up there, looks like. There's one of those Coast Guard choppers. You can see through there, the orange ones. Guessing they're in Briar Forest, so still a river, still doing water rescues over there. There goes the Coast Guard. They airlifted someone out of there. Police here now, they didn't earlier.
I know, I wonder.
I think they're tired of too many people driving over there.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
And big tree down there. Had to open things up. Got a lot of police here now. Looks like the tree didn't fall on any houses though, fortunately. Got airboats. Using this as a launching area, a little bit more sophisticated than earlier. They have people that need the hospital or something. Do much of that anymore, but kind of.
What phone service do you have?
Texas Guard or something. Little baby, yeah, they're still getting. It's 5:45 Tuesday the 29th, and it looks like the sun's out for the first time in days. So that's good news. I'm gonna start drying this place up. There's another tree that's down in front of Five Guys. Interesting. Things are really starting to look a lot better. Sun's out, things are drying off. There's still some clouds looming over there and everything, so we're not completely out of it, but it's looking pretty good. Actually, it might be the Navy surveillance plane that they were flying around, I'm not sure.
Where is it?
Well, it went out of view. Right there. That might be a different one, actually.
Looks like it's a large.
I think that's the Poseidon they were talking about. Maybe not. 2 engines. I'm not
They
sure if that's the
surveilling?
same one. I think that was 2 engines per wing. I should get my other camera that has zoom.
There's a bad hurricane out here on this road.
Where others? There's 2 different planes flying around. There's 2 different planes. That's the Hercules. And then I'm not. I'm at 75 hours without power now. It's 6 p.m. on August 30th, Wednesday. Bayou's back on the rise, but not from rain, but from the spill off from the Barker Reservoir and the Addicks Reservoir. So it's rising back up, but not too alarmingly. We'll see though. It's almost an island, but I can kind of gallop through there, so not too bad. I'm gonna go over to the apartment complex next door. They have power and they're giving us food and stuff over there, so we'll see. Here you can see the bayou's back up quite a bit. Those cars are up a lot over here. I was able to walk pretty freely over there, and the water's coming all the way up here now. You can see it's, you know, kind of on the rise right here, but I don't think it'll reach my car, but I'll keep an eye on it. I don't think that's the color pool's supposed to be, unless it's St. Patrick's Day. Here's some more of the flotsam and jetsam washed up golf bag case, or golf club case bag, whatever they're called. I don't play golf, obviously. But you can see the Briar Forest Bridge over Buffalo Bayou is still flooded. This is 5:30, August 31st. I still don't have power since Sunday evening. You can see the tree's still down. There's still a lot of work to go to get there's still people trying to drive down this way, but we put up you know, cones and everything telling people that for some reason there's still people. They'll come speeding down the roads, but yeah, it's really something. There's that one car. It'd be nice to get over to the bridge and, you know, have a look at the ordinary channel of Buffalo Bayou, but yeah. I think that's an Amazon truck, maybe, I don't know. Water's pretty calm, but just gotta let it evaporate and all that. If you look, you'll see a turtle there in the parking lot. Just a lot of minnows, and it's basically just another regular part of the bayou here. Water level has gone down a little. This morning I set this stick down at the high water mark for the morning. It's down there now, so we're seeing some progress. I'm hoping the substation will be dry soon. Still haven't been able to figure out where it is though. They've taped off this whole area though, so can't really come park or anything, but my car's okay where it is. Still a water accumulating. That car has its window open for one thing. You can see all the dirt on the cars. Guessing all these will be a total loss. They were quite a bit underwater. This is more than a week after rain started falling here from Harvey. There's still just water pouring in from Buffalo Bayou. You know, this kind of alternate channel. So this end of the complex is pretty rough, pretty bad off. So that tree's down over there. Still can't get over to the bridge. Really like to get over there so I could show y'all, you know, how high the bayou is, but maybe eventually. You can see these raccoon tracks Lots of raccoons in these parts. It's Saturday, still got some water. Thankfully I have power, got it late yesterday afternoon on Friday. So time to start all the cleanup efforts and everything. Lots of bottles and junk. Throw away. They're finally starting to clean up all the trash, so that'll certainly help with the smell and everything. Give us a little more, make it a little easier to clean up all this. Briar Forest Bridge is finally clear over Buffalo Bayou. You can see the starting to clean out all these houses. I think those gaps in the fences, that's where they're going in. Keeping an eye out for looters though. I guess there's been a lot of people. Some of these neighborhoods are fairly wealthy north of here. It's pretty sad to see all the junk. Looks like there's only one lane open. They did kind of clear that path with the tree there, but can get through on one lane. Probably would recommend finding an alternate route though, unless you really need to go through. Let's see if this van goes through. I guess if you have a fairly high vehicle, you can kind of make it through, but probably not advisable. So you can see all the junk that washed up against our gate here. One thing that's amazing is that this, well, it used to be all, planted with grass and everything. You can see the force of the water just sort of, wiped it all out. Just dirt now. Here's Buffalo Bayou, just a wee bit under the bridge, you can see. So compare that with the video from a week ago Thursday. This is Monday, the 4th of September, Labor Day. Look how high the water is. This is all just dry land. Remember, it's amazing how high it is. Now, it's really incredible. We'll probably be up this height for quite some time.